do have, as you say, the biggest number of unicorns in Europe by a country mile are here in the UK. We do have those 10 billion, 20 billion companies. A couple of years ago, Arm, for instance, sold for 24 billion. That was an injection of 24 billion into the UK ecosystem, in that case based around Cambridge. Ocado is a 10 billion company. It's essentially a tech company. It's the biggest competitor to Amazon in the world in that space. So yeah, we do have these companies, but we're absolutely determined to grow more of them and ensure that we have the environment where that can happen.
But I mean, you have a very wide remit: culture, digital, sport, you name it. I mean, the British media companies, again, we are a generation behind. You just admit it as well. Why is it the Netflix and the Googles that are dominating the UK streaming scene, what have you? Is that at the detriment of the BBC, the detriment of Channel 4 as well? Have we not got the right investment in that scenario?
Well, the BBC, of course, is a public broadcaster, so it has a different
Should it still
place
be a
in the
public
market.
broadcaster?
Yes, and we've settled that for a decade with the Charter Review. But there's a role for the UK in terms of content creation where we are preeminent. You know, the three biggest films of last year were all made in Britain. So we play our role in that, and we're absolutely leading the world in the niche at which we excel, which is the content creation. Now, I'm not happy, though, to rest in that position. I think that there is the potential with the next wave of technologies to have the global world-beating companies. And in fact, one of the things that we were hearing about at the round table is the optimism that some of the entrepreneurs have that the UK post-Brexit can be the home for global companies of a scale that we see coming out of both China and the West Coast of the United States, because we've got the ecosystem. It's now mature. It's a generation maturer than it was just a few years ago because of some of these big exits, but also because we can get the regulatory structure right, where we get the right underpinnings that keeps the trust with society, but that allows for innovation. And fintech is our best example of that.
Just on talking about those big US companies, Comcast, and I have to disclose, the owner of CNBC as well, 21st Century Fox, Disney, all squabbling over assets in the US media industry, but also, of course, over Sky here in the UK as well. Do you have a preference for ownership for Sky in the UK?
No. There's a UK regulatory approach, and I'm the quasi-judicial decision taker in that. Everybody has to go through that process. We looked at the Comcast bid and decided that there wasn't the need to issue an intervention notice. We looked at the Fox bid, and that has gone through a process, but we're nearing the conclusion of that, as I set out to Parliament last week. But we have an approach in the UK, which I'm very proud of, which is to invite investment from right around the world, and it's served us well.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.